Alrighty, got that all situated. Hi everyone, hi chat. Or as Milton likes to call you guys, or call chat, his chatters, Chathew. I'm jealous, I love that. But you guys are my heroes, so. But hi Rhea over on YouTube, and hi Pax and Flaffy over on Twitch. I was about to say, like, twitch.com, and then I was like, no, I'm gonna drink some water. It's not even .com. I just had to fight, like, Blue Sky. I started trying to use their feature of, the feature where you can go live on Blue Sky. It's let's see how that works. It doesn't really stream on there. It just makes my icon go, I'm live right now, and I'm like, neat. So, we'll see. But how are you guys? Sorry I couldn't make it on Sunday. I just needed a little bit of a mental health break. I'm doing a little better. We are still kind of snowed in over where I'm at. Been working from home. Not a bad thing. But gotta get this page going, right? Gotta get it done. We're getting there. Started working on the backgrounds and, like, trying to figure out the colors and adjustments and where things lay out. The background was done by Grace, who works on my team. They are fantastic. I don't think I have their user handle offhand, but loving the colors. Yeah, me too. I'm loving how the colors are coming out. It does look a little darker on Twitch. I'm wondering if that's just because I have this down? No, I don't know. It looks darker there than what I have here on my thing, but that's always the fun part. Fun part's gonna be when I print it and try figuring out, like, does it actually print well, or do I have to go back to the drawing board and, like, brighten colors and such? I'll probably have to do the later, but we're getting there. Pinks and blues, everybody. Rhea over at YouTube says at least have the brain pop out a little. Yeah. For him or me? Oh, for the dead man? Well, I mean, his brain doesn't need to pop out. Because, I mean, his cheek has been torn. Thought you meant, like, for me to have my brain pop out. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Did kind of feel that way. Put a bar here. And then, of course, there will be, like, changes on it, you know, when it's a background for an animation and a background for, you know, a comic. Sometimes things will be more simplified, sometimes they'll be more detailed. Just kind of depends on how I'm feeling, right? But Grace did a fantastic job for the animation short. I know I said, like, come color with me, but, like, I still haven't, like, finished getting this background going, but, you know. One of those, when I'm doing backgrounds, I, like, flip between the two. Why is your class so zesty? I don't know what that means. Why are they being zesty? And like always, if you guys are lurking or if you're chatting in the chat, if you have questions for me about my process, about my characters, Headcanons you got. Want to tell me about your characters? Tell me about your day. You know, I'm here for it. I love to listen. I am just kind of vibing today. So let's go. I think I'm going like extra hard on this page than I probably would with other pages. One, because technically this is the first horror page I've actually gotten to do for this comic, but also because it's being used as a promo, I want it to stand out a little bit more. So take it with a grain of salt. I'm not going to always be this diligent on backgrounds and such. Because I don't have time for that. So yeah. Let's see what we got. Rhea over on YouTube says, which one is your least favorite character? Which one's your favorite character and why? Least favorite character, I'm going to have to say, is Yor. Can't really go into details on Yor, but he's a pretty bad dude. Don't like what he stands for, and like I have my own like kind of reason for creating him. Don't like him. Favorite character, that one's a tough one because I really like the main cast that I have for T.H.O.T. Just for all of the different reasons. It's a wooden, yeah, it's wooden planks. That's what I thought. Because I mean, they all have like, they all have bad parts. They all have good parts to them. So like, I really love that cast. Favorite of the antagonist would definitely be like Reggie. I definitely enjoy Big Lizard. That is my reason, Big Lizard. Well, also the fact that they are, brain. They are gender fluid, and they are a chameleon, and me, I am gender fluid, and like, you know, always just kind of like dreamed as like a kid of like, oh man, I just wish I could just become anyone. I could change into anybody. So like having somebody, a character, and I know it's not like the best way to like represent people, and I'm not saying this is the only way you can represent them is by an alien or by like a lizard or something, but like for me personally, I wanted just to be a chameleon, not so much like a lizard, but like the fact that I could become anybody. I could become anything. Like that always fascinated me. Like I always wanted that. And so being able to see kind of like Reggie have that ability, super fun for me, because it's something that I would have adored as a kid. Let's see. Put your whole ass in the promo comic. Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to do. Because again, I am spending a lot of time on this page with the coloring and the detailing and such. Which sometimes when it's like really important beats, I'll definitely want to do that. But then other times when I'm like, we gotta go, it's not gonna have all this stuff. Pax over on Twitch says, send Isaac to bite all of his limbs off. No! Isaac, no! Unless we're talking about Yor, then yes. Yes, Isaac, you are correct. Oh man, I haven't drawn wood in such a long time. Rhea over on YouTube says, it's all of thought process. Yeah. Ooh, there goes my fan. I'm gonna turn that down. And we go in here and just take some parts away. Neat. Yeah, it was fun having Grace design this area because they would send me like clean stuff and I'm like, neat, make it dirtier. Make it broken. I want more blood, less blood, more blood over here. Make it dirtier, more trash. Throw trash on the ground, more trash. Like always fun, always fun. Isaac Way is the right way, as I always say. Oh God, Isaac Way is the right way. I always say. Okay. Flaffy says, I got a headcanon for Reg that their male conforming form is built for strength and their female conforming form is built for speed. Yes. Very much so on that. They are, they have like different forms for that stuff, but like, definitely the big lizard, as we call him, Big Reg, is definitely a lot more of strength. Angel over on YouTube is saying, hello, I really hope you're doing okay. Giselle showed me your post on why you didn't stream on Sunday. I really hope you're okay, and I love you, Jax. Thank you, Angel. I'm doing better. I do suffer with depression and anxiety, and, a lot of other things. And so it's listening to some of my favorite like streamers and YouTubers and such. Gab Smolders, really love her work and her content and just kind of the outlook she has on like a lot of things. And she had said something that kind of, you know, resonated with me. And it was that in her early days of when she did streaming and videos and all that, she would stream even when she was miserable. And she's like, you know, looking back at those VODs, it was terrible because you could see where her energy was dipping and you could see that it was affecting, you know, the audience members that were watching. And she was just like, it wasn't good for anybody. So like on those days, very much suggested take a break for yourself, do things for yourself, because again, you don't want it to, you know, it will affect you. It will affect the stream. It will affect like the videos. And you know, your audience isn't going to have a good time either. And you know, it resonated with me. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And I never want to put you guys on the spot of having to be like, whoa, no, Jax, you're the best. I don't want to ever put you guys in that spot just because my brain is being mean to me and my brain just telling me, you know, I'm not worth it, etc. I don't want to ever put you guys in that spot. That's not fair to you guys, and I know it's a passing thought, because again, I've grown up with it all my life. I just have to kind of work with it. And so, again, it was nothing super detrimental. I really appreciate the kind words, and I appreciate you guys thinking about me. But we're here now, right? We're here now. We're gonna chill. We're gonna kind of work on some pages pages, as if I'm getting any further than this page. But no, I appreciate the sincerity and the thoughts about me. I thank you. It really does mean a lot to me to know you guys care. 44 Games over on Twitch says, hey, hi 44, how are you? Haven't seen you in a bit. Flaffy over here is over on Twitch saying, Reg is the Pokemon Deoxys. Confirmed. I did not confirm this. What are you talking about? Reg is Kecleon. I think that's the name of it. Angel on YouTube says, I'm so glad you're doing better. As a person who suffers with mental health, I understand. You better take care of yourself because you are giving us thought. You are building something great. Oh, thank you. I'm doing what I can. I did take some vitamin D and some iron medication today. So hopefully that helps. But yeah, here we are. 44 Games says, doing good. How are you? Doing well. I'm excited to kind of get this page done. Not that I'll be, like, posting it anywhere for a good while, but, like, you know, when you've been working on something, you're just like, I just wanna, but it's been fun, and then we'll have the other horror page, the one with Lil in it, that we will, work on inking and coloring eventually, and then, I have one more promo page, but it's from the pilot, so I can't do any streams with that one, with you guys. But that doesn't need to have any fun colors in there, so I'll just black that out. Let's see. Angel over on YouTube says, we appreciate everything you do. Love you forever. Thank you, Angel. Means a lot. Fluffy over on Twitch says, what's the main thoughts excluding Yoko's favorite meals? Yoko is offended. Yoko enjoys oil in a fine glass. Favorite meals. It's always tough. Like, I've been asked this question a lot, and, like, it always seems to change. I feel like... Okay, so we're talking the main four. I know... That's hard. That's hard to say. Like, I say I know, and then, like, I sit here and I go, all of them enjoy a good pizza. And we're ignoring Yoko on this one. She can glare at me all she wants. They all enjoy a good pizza. But, like, they'll definitely fight over the toppings. Let's see. Because that's the tough part, is they don't really have, like, earth food. So, like, trying to think of, like, alien food, I haven't gone that deep into it. Zombie's really good at, like, coming up with, like, different food that would be in the world. They made, like, some instant pop-up cooking bento things that were really cool. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to skip that one just because, like, I haven't thought too much into the food offhand, besides, like, skewers and a bunch of gross things, but, like, trying to think of, like, a meal? That's tough. I know Rufus really likes his dad's, or his pop's, homemade cooking. But, you know, when you got a 5-star chef for a father... Welcome in, Magnus! Good to see you. Angel over on YouTube says, I'm gonna get sappy here, but I genuinely appreciate you making Yoko. She's a character that I have a deep connection with, and I absolutely love her as a character. Thank you for creating her. Aww. I love hearing that. I love hearing, like, people having a connection with a certain character or another. I mean, it means a lot. To know that their characters there that are offering comfort and offering, let's turn that off so I can see it real quick. Offering comfort and, you know, letting people see the little bit of themselves or have a good laugh with them or a good cry. So, like, that's really good. That's really awesome to hear that you have connected to Yoko in such a way. A lot of people really love Yoko for a lot of reasons. Because she's sexy and it's one of those, she's unapologetically sexy, and love her for that. I love everything that Milton brings to the table with her. So very, very excited for that. She's a very fun character. So fun that my writers keep going, okay, so then we can bring Yoko in here. And I'm like, guys, we can't have Yoko in every single scene. It's always fun. Yeah, I mean, Yuji would be kind of easy, but at the same time, like, Vlad didn't cook a lot of meals. They ate, like, a lot of things. Like, he did cook, but it would be, like, stews or canned things. They couldn't really go out shopping all the time because, again, he was, like, almost an 8-foot tall, very stoic, scary looking man. And it was just a danger just to be outside. Yeah, they could do some gardening, but in the harsh winters, like, I wouldn't say he was, like, the best at cooking. I'm not saying he's the worst. God knows Rufus is. But, again, it's, like, hard for me to say, like, what her absolute favorite would be because I haven't thought of, like, military food. I haven't thought of, like, military cuisines. Because this super soldier would have learned what he learned in a military environment, how to survive on his own. Yes, he would go out hunting and go get, like, you know, venison and bear and all that. Of course, he would bring that home and roast it and such, but, like, I'm trying to, like, still think of it as, like, what he would go and get out of the woods in Russia, as well as, like, kind of military stuff to it. Like, would he actually season it or whatnot? Yuji learned how to cook stew with a Bic lighter. Oh god, that just makes me think of the Goofy movie where he takes out the cigarette lighter and they cook, like, the alphabet soup on it. Yeah. King Draco's here. What's up, man? How are you? You had a good stream last time I got to see it. How was Resident Evil 8 treating you? Okay, so that's a crack there. That poster's been adjusted. Has a... Wouldn't see a lot of that brick. You just see a little bit here. Of course, it's a simple mortar, so I'll just go in and do that. I messed up. This is what I get for not, like, looking at the reference. This is what I get. Don't do what I do, guys. Ignore the reference. Always check the reference. Don't be like, I know what it looks like, because you don't. You don't. Just go look up the reference. Me over here thinking it was a door and it was a window. Oh, babe. Okay. That's gonna have that there. And then it's gonna have a bar in the middle, and that's fine. Oh, it goes even further up. Well, damn it. Again, guys, don't ignore the reference. I should have had the reference up when I was doing this. That's okay. That's okay. Doesn't matter because his head's gonna block it. But, like, in case I gotta copy paste it, right? I'm gonna make sure you have that stuff. No! Chester, your head's in the way. I know I could turn Chester off, but, like, I'm lazy. Eat, 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 eat. There we go. Just go in here. Okay, let's see what we got. Angel over on YouTube says, wait guys, let Jax cook. The aroma in the kitchen is getting good. Angel, you're so sweet. Magnus over on Twitch says, by the way, I've been working on Not Safe for Work piece for a friend lately. I'm using it as an opportunity to learn perspective, and boy, did I learn a lot so far. Yeah, like that's a whole other art form. I indulge in it from time to time, but like it's tricky. It's definitely tricky because again, you gotta like really get the anatomy down. You can't just hide it behind clothing. So wishing you luck on that. I'm sure it's going to turn out great. Fluffy says Victor is very much in tune with spirits, and him walking into old Sirawasa and saying this shit's haunted. Absolutely, absolutely. It really is. It really is. It's broken down and just, it's going to be so good. You guys have no idea. I'm so excited. Well, you do know, because I don't shut up about it. I'm so excited about Resident Evil 9. I don't want spoilers. This is not an invitation to tell me about the things you saw in the trailer. But the fact that it's going back to Old Raccoon City and everything's going to be broken, you know I'm going to be studying that stuff for Sirawasa. You know I'm going to be looking at details in that. I'm excited. Anyways, King Draco is saying, love your artwork, Jax. I'm jealous. Thanks. Been a lot of years working at it, but I'm very excited that like I'm finally, you know, at a comfortable place playing with it and being able to tell stories with it. So, I've gotten the chance to work with a lot of great artists and kind of learn tricks and also like learn a bit about myself. So like it's been definitely a learning curve, but like definitely appreciative of all the help that I've gotten. I also work with like a really amazing team of artists, so like it's been really cool. And then, what did we name this body last time? I don't remember. I know we joked that it was Jim, but it's not Jim, sadly. Jim is still alive because he's a coward. Okay. I need to go turn these bodies off so I can actually see what I'm doing. I know I was being lazy, but like you can see where it's starting to get messy and I need to get that background fixed. I was like, nah, I'll just cheat it. Don't cheat it. Don't do it. You're gonna pay for it later. This is what I always do. I always pay for it later. Also, I could just group everything, but like I don't. Don't do what I do. That's all I can say. Don't do what I do. I played the lazy card to try and get around things quickly, and then, like, it never pays off. Never pays off. I always have to fix things. Let's see what we got. Fluffy over on Twitch says, spoilers, there might be some residents that are evil. Fluffy! I can't play now! Magnus Cat is... Not only is it complicated for the obvious, but also I went the extra mile by making a detailed background and background characters who are other friends' OCs. Dang! For Not Safe for Work? That's awesome. Good on ya. Angel says Wesley. Flaffy says Enrico or something. I think it was Enrico. I think it is Enrico. Because I think I did love that name. Wait, I know why, because Enrico's in Resident Evil. I have a problem. I have a serious problem. What am I gonna do with myself? I don't know. I have to live with myself. Let's see. Okay, so it's gonna have a garage. So since it's a new year, a lot of video games coming out and such. Are there any video games people are excited for coming out this year? 2, 3, 4, 5. Pax over on Twitch says, I've been drawing Isaac interacting with characters. I want to show it. Gosh, he admires Reg so much. Yeah, just the new WWE game. Nice. Let's go, Pax. That makes sense. Yeah, admires Reg, the cage fighting. I see your type, Pax. I see your type. Flaffy says, I don't know. I'm too broke to afford them, so I'm replaying games. Okay, that's fair. That is totally fair. What are we replaying then? Where does the psychic? I think this stuff needs to go up here. Okay. I think that's why I did it. It was because I was trying to hide things. Also, to all the people watching, I know I said I was going to be coloring. I'll get there. I just... backgrounds. Backgrounds. See. Angel on YouTube says, wait, did someone say Resident Evil? My ass was not paying attention. I love Resident Evil. You and me both, Angel. Let's go. That is just me all the time. Pax. Reg. Except I imagine the it's like the heavy coughing that comes when you like wheeze and laugh. Flaffy saying, playing some old Pokemon games. Ooh, which one's your favorite? Angel over is saying, I am so excited for the horror game Reanimal. Ooh, yeah. We actually played Little Nightmares 3. Kinda disappointing. The crunchy laugh, yeah. Yeah, we played Little Nightmares 3 with our friend Alice. Kinda disappointing. But then, like, I went and looked into it. What happened, from my understanding, is the original team, no longer works on Little Nightmares, and so they went off and they made Reanimal. So kind of interested in that. Flaffy says, Heart Gold is my favorite game. Let's go. I'm very much a Johto fan. But Heart Gold was, I feel like it was a tougher game. Maybe I just eventually became really bad at Pokemon. It's probably the later. Also, don't be like me, to where you don't like drawing backgrounds, you don't like working on backgrounds, so then you decide that you're going to put them in a heavily background world. Yeah, don't do that. Let's see. Magnus Cat says, it reminds me of when the devs of Amnesia left the franchise to the devs of Dear Esther, resulting in a controversial entry for the franchise with A Machine for Pigs. Yeah, I remember there was, like, controversy over A Machine for Pigs. That one was not memorable to me. I don't remember anything that happened in it, honestly. That one and the bunker one. A lot of people tell me to play the bunker one, but, like, I did, and I don't remember anything. But I'm glad people like it. Pac says, bro, the fact that I headcanon when Yuji laughs really hard, her laugh gets so crunchy. I love that. That sounds fun. I like deep, guttural, like, laughs. I think they're fun. I also have, like, a goose laugh that I do. That's if you catch me off guard with something, I will goose laugh, and then I will be mad about it. And it's not even like a hard mad, it's a playful mad. No, I love unconventionally attractive laughs. Like, again, anybody can hee hee, but like, give me someone's good, a genuine laugh. Any day. I gotta redraw this. That's okay. Again, make sure you look at the reference before you do shit. Saying this to myself. Angel says, who's your favorite Resident Evil character? I adore Ada and Lady Dimitrescu. Hold on, I freaking just threw my pen. There we go. So for Resident Evil, I really adore Claire. She is like my absolute favorite. I do like Leon. I really like Wesker. Shocker there. Trying to think of like a character. Ooh, I like Sherry. I like when... Okay. So I didn't like Resident Evil 6. Shocker. Who, like, whatever. There's no hot take there. But I was very excited when they brought Sherry back. And Sherry got to see Leon again. Like, I love that whole, like, adoptive daughter kind of dynamic. So, like, I love when they bring back characters and we get to see them grow. Barry has been a really fun favorite for me, too. Because, I don't know, he's just a silly, oh, you're almost a Jill sandwich kind of thing. Like, I love Barry. Pac says, bro, I scream laugh. I do that too. Flaffy says, I headcanon Yuji hates being perceived as dumb. She has gone on a rant, mostly at Sai, how intelligent she actually is, especially being a rare-ass alien. Yeah, she doesn't like being perceived as dumb. She doesn't like being perceived as a child, but she is also the type that she doesn't believe she has to prove that to someone, especially someone like Sai. Because she'll be able to prove it on her own, and just trying to say it would kind of not, it kind of like does the opposite of what you're trying to do. If you're trying to tell somebody, I'm intelligent, and the fact you have to like tell them, I'm intelligent, starts to like kind of work against you. Hence why, look at Sai, for instance. Sai's gonna be the type to kind of sit there and be like, I'm intelligent, and everybody's gonna like, I'm sure you are, I'm sure you're super smart. And even though he is a smart guy, no one's gonna take him seriously when he says it. Magnus says, I don't know why I'm not surprised. Lady Dimitrescu is among your favorites. I like Lady Dimitrescu, but I wouldn't say she's one of my favorites. If anything, if we're talking about 8 Village, I really like Ethan, and I like Rose, but I also have, like, a soft spot for, like, father-daughter stuff. But, like, for 8, if we're going of the antagonist, it's It's freaking... God, why can I not remember his name? Heisenberg. I don't know why, just because he doesn't fit there at all. I don't... he makes me laugh. His boss fight was terrible. His boss fight sucked so bad. But just, Ethan Winters. Like, bro... I don't know. He makes me laugh. He makes me laugh a lot. And, I don't know. Super fun. Super fun. I joke all the time that I like threaten my buddy Jack that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna use like Heisenberg as inspiration for Lynn, and he's like, don't. I'm like, yes, it'll be great. So funny stuff all around. Like, not only Heisenberg doesn't fit, but the fact that he's named after an alter ego of Walter White makes it funnier. Yes. There's just, there's a lot to it. I don't know, just something so dummy, so, like, dumb about it and unhinged, like, I love it. I'm like, you could sell me, like, any, product, but it's like, you could tell me, like, the dumbest idea, but so long as you, like, sell it to me as, like, no, it's gonna be great, this is why, and then I get to see why it is, then, like, I will be, like, a fan of it, but you gotta, like, really sell it to me instead of being like, oh yeah, we have this guy who's got kind of a gangsta Meowth voice from Pokemon. He's gonna be your villain. Not really, but he's a bad guy. Like, had to deal with him in 5, so... And the whole time I was just like, he's just Meowth. This is just Meowth. This is Meowth if he was a human. I will do the graffiti afterwards. But we should work on the lettering. Let's see. Fluffy says, I said this in the Discord, but Rufus's tits are full of heroism. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Magnus Cat says, a part of me wants to think it was intentional because of one of the canonical animated movies of Resident Evil, they mentioned Breaking Bad, and coincidentally, Breaking Bad mentioned Resident Evil. Most likely. Most likely it was a coincidence or it was a nod to. Either or. Super fun. I love when places do that. That has a broken stone. Okay, good to know. So then we go here and we ship that. Trash bags. I gotta draw trash bags. Everybody's favorite. I will do that later, because I gotta draw a lamppost in there. That'll be a later thing. I worry about that detailing near the end. Knowing my luck, I'll forget it altogether, right? Pax over on Twitch says, oh yeah, they are. Flames. They saved me. Okay, guys. Down. I'm gonna get the spray bottle out. Angel over on YouTube says, apologies for not talking again. I'm just working on projects right now and talking with my girl Cassie. She says, you're radical for liking Resident Evil. Aww. I call it obsessed, but yeah. It's definitely a huge inspiration for this series. So much so that Ken's was watching some Let's Plays. I can't remember if it was like her husband was playing Resident Evil or she was watching other people play it, but she watched it and then she went, yeah, I can see where Jax gets all their inspiration. I was like, yay! Flaffy says, question, does Rufus eventually get a regular paying job or he's not gonna do that? They kind of get on and off jobs. And it's not like, oh, you know, picks up this job, picks up that job. It's kind of a, they eventually get like some money from, you know, Reggie, some money from like his parents. He just doesn't tell his parents what they need it for. And occasionally like Mukta will show up and try to get them to do something. But again, not all the way fully fleshed out, but that is kind of the plan. But there is also the benefit of staying at the place that Candy is so kind enough to let them stay at, so long as they follow the rules of you don't have to be making money and doing something to stay, but you need to be like taking care of the place, like helping on the plumbing, helping with the cleaning, helping with the cooking and the gardening and the tending, like so long as you're doing that kind of stuff, they have a place to stay. So it's a, yes, they do some off jobs that get them money, but like a lot of the times they're going to be very broke. And no, it's not going to be a, well, they're going to go rob a bank. No, they're not going to go rob a bank. I don't know why I have the color selector out. That was not what I wanted. I wanted to get these arches drawn so I can fully start coloring everything. Flappy says, holy shit, we can afford real food, and Sai spent it all on gambling. Yeah, he does have a huge debt with Lynn, so yeah, no, that's absolutely it, is he would try calling up Rufus's parents to get money from them. He's great. He's great. Sai's a great guy. I swear. I swear. Magnus Cat says, in other words, they're going to be living the average middle-low life class experience. Yeah, especially since Sai came up from a really rich family, and I guess Rufus did too. So, like, that's going to be a very... Sai's been living on his own, so he's just kind of used to bumming around and not doing anything and taking advantage of people's kindness. Rufus, on the other hand, it's going to be a new experience for him. Angel says, by the way, this is a question from Cassie and Archer, people in production and my production team. What is your relationship? What is the relationship between Sai and Yoko? Cassie loves Sai and Archer loves Yoko. Have you watched the Christmas comic dub we have on YouTube? Pax, my man. No, Pax, down. Angel says, Cassie, let me go, please. Have you guys watched the Christmas comic dub on YouTube for thought? Pax, down, off the furniture. Don't you be hissing. I most definitely have. They haven't. I'm gonna pull them in, don't worry. Okay, so I think the Christmas dub kind of shows them quite well and how they react to each other, especially at the end. But Yoko and Sai don't exactly... Sai doesn't get along with anybody, really. Like, the only reason he gets along with Rufus is because Rufus is like, oh my god, I have a best friend for once. He's been lonely all his life, so when he has this asshole person who's like, yeah, sure, I'll be your friend, like, Rufus is wearing rose-tinted glasses. Sai has a lot of issues. Yoko has a handful of issues. And so you have two people that have big ol' egos kind of in the same room with each other. And both of them are kind of... How do I put it to where I don't get in trouble with Twitch and YouTube? Both of them really enjoy the spirituals of the body a lot, which has negative connotation names to it. And they both kind of like try to outdo the other on who is more spiritually involved with the body, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. Magnus Cat says, did you get some inspiration from Futurama for thought? I'm sure I did somewhere in there, because I do enjoy Futurama. I do think Futurama, before they did their whole new season, I liked it where it had the loop ending. I'm sure it inspired me because, again, you have a really dumb character and a robot and, like, you know, a badass fighting alien, and, like, I'm sure it influenced me some, but that was not the inspiration I had when making this story. I can't say, like, no, it didn't inspire me, because I'm sure something in there did. I just joke that, like, Yoko's female bender, but she's really not. But I guess she could be. I don't know. She doesn't need alcohol or anything. Flaffy says, Yuji, the most light sleeper. Rufus gonna be cute and tuck her in, and she grabs his wrist and goes, what are you doing? For sure. For sure. No, she absolutely would. She definitely... definitely has like some issues, but again, when you're living on the streets, you gotta kind of sleep with one eye open, especially when you're being hunted all the time. Pax says, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him with a smile. Angel, that's crazy. Help, that's so funny. You hear that, Cass and Archer? You got your answer. Now let me out of the cage. Oh my god. Hello, Cass. Hello, Archer. Nice to meet you. Imagine Matt drawing Yoko was Bender. Who would be Fry? Rufus would be Fry. Except Fry is meaner than Rufus. But, like, I'm pretty sure Rufus would be Fry. Bender is like Sai and Yoko had a baby. Yeah. Yeah. So, take that with a grain of salt. Okay. Let's see. Angel says, great, now Cassie is completely obsessed with Sai. Please help. Okay, Cassie, I'm gonna need you to take this. It is a, slip of paper. It has a number on it. Don't ignore that it's a really high number. I'm gonna need you to go over there to the left to stand in the Sai corner with the other fans of Sai. Ignore the Yoko corner. That one is on the right side. Which we have a number for that too. But, like, you gotta wait in line. Those are the two that always get people that immediately tell me I adore them. And it's really funny. It's really funny to hear it and see it. Pax over on the couch, patting it, going, come sit with me. We could talk about Sai. Nah, Pax is saying one of us, one of us. Flaffy says, I will roast Sai over an open fire. Flaffy also enjoys both of the Liu brothers. Cassie, in case you didn't know, Sai has a brother, an older brother, who is, very narcissistic and such, just as Sai is, so, like, that's a 2-for-1 deal, I guess. It's just one's rich and the other one's gonna take your wallet. Take your guess. The Liu brothers fill you with rage? Flaffy, just last week you were talking about, like, how they're gonna, like, take you out to dinner and what's going to happen. Like, Flaffy. Ads. Okay, so it looks like Twitch is being hit with the ad storm. It's not like I'm really talking about too much more at the moment. We're just kind of here chilling. Flaffy says, no, I didn't say that. That's slander. I will make a soda that will suplex the Liu brothers in the ring. Isn't that what Victor is? Doesn't Victor do that? I feel like he wants to fight the Liu brothers anyways. So, Flaffy is in the side corner, just in denial that they have a number. So... Okay. Pax says, Lou Brothers fill me with happiness. Oh my god, Pax. Angel says, they're all on the phone with me. Everyone in my production crew, okay, instead of being normal and joining the stream, they're on the phone with me watching the stream. You know? Go for it. That sounds awesome. I like to imagine you guys just all squished together, staring at this little tiny screen. Pax says, I say Isaac attempted to pull Sai's hair out with his teeth. Isaac is an interesting character you got, Pax. Flaffy says, oh yeah, Victor does want to do that. He would probably ask permission from Yuji before going feral on those two. Problem is Yuji would say no, he's not allowed to do it because she wants to do it. Angel says, Cassie, Angel, can we talk about Sai some more? If you have questions, I am more than willing to answer them. So long as they're not spoilers. If they're spoilers, I'll let you know that I can't answer it. But if you got questions, I'm here to answer as I draw. You guys are entertaining me as much as I'm entertaining you. Everybody wants a piece of bad boy Sai. Including Lynn, who wants to put him in different body bags. Magnus says, by the way, in case you wonder how in the Not Safe for Work piece, working on background characters, well, let's just say one of the main characters in the pic has shame, and the other one doesn't. Oh, wow. I mean... I don't know how much I can really say because of, like, you know, being on stream, but, like, I guess I can't get in trouble for this one. Different strokes for different folks. Okay, Flaffy says they could tag team them, the half-siblings versus the brothers. Yeah, except, like, Yuji being at, like, 5'4", thinks she can, like, go take them on by herself. She doesn't want help from anybody. Pax says, I love making Isaac a human orange cat who acts possessed. Aren't orange cats possessed? Pretty sure orange cats are just naturally possessed, right? Pax says, I love making. Okay, so the possessed one. And then. Pax also says, she's 5'4", bruh. I'm 20 and 5'1". Candy is the shortest character in the series besides Dick. And she is 5'2", so I am sorry, Pax. Orange Cat times 100. Pax short, everyone laugh. I'm 5'4", so like, yeah. I'm sorry, man. 100 orange cats together. Angel says, okay, so Cassie is asking about Sai again. Dear God. Cassie, so like, Sai has a brother? When can I see this man? So you remember this Christmas comic dub I was talking about? Yeah, his brother's gonna be in it. So you can see Mukta there. I can also pull up an image thing of Mukta. Give me a sec. Let's see. It's gonna be in the newsletter. Okay, so we have Mukta, who is the mayor of Sirawasa. He is a bit of a pain. I know I went through it quick. I gotta get this drawing done. But he is the mayor of Sirawasa. And very pompous, very much on the rich inside of the world. Because Sai comes kind of from the rich side of the family. But he left it all because he wanted to be a criminal. He wanted to be a crime lord. But yeah, no, you can actually hear their voice actors and get to see them. There's that bitch with the glasses. Yep. Yuji either gonna stay short or have a wicked growth spurt. Call in today. Pax says hi, Mukta. Oh my god. Okay. Angel says, here she comes. Cassie says, holy baddie alert. This man is beautiful. Angel, why didn't you tell me about this man? I'm gonna watch the comic. Jax, I'm scared. Yeah, that's kind of what happens. Mukta is a kind of swarmy character, but he's one of the many antagonists we got. Baddie. Oh my god. You guys are so funny. I always have to like sit here going, wow, people thirst for my characters, and then I see the title of the acronym and I'm like, yeah, that's right. Okay, my bad. I'd rather draw the statues with no face than draw them tiny. Flaffy says, I had this idea that the gang had to infiltrate this all-women's party. Yoko and Yuji just have a field day with Sai and Rufus. Yeah, but, like, they would look good. They would look good. Best part is they have to fight. They have to fight in heels. That's where I'm, like, more piqued in interest, is Sai and Rufus have to, like, sure, they could dress up, sure, but they gotta fight in them heels. Reggie would definitely have a field day with that. Lynn would have a field day with that. Angel says, from River, hello, Angel and Giselle introduced me in the series, and I'm a huge fan of Yuji. Go Yuji! Yeah! We all love the angry 14-year-old Russian kid. The production crew officially loves this series, so win-win. Let's go! Welcome in. Glad to have you guys. Just a reminder, we are a horror series, and there will be violence, and things can happen to characters. Things will happen to characters. You have been warned. For now, enjoy your stay. Yoko dragging Sai by the leg to wax them. Oh my god. Just, the problem is, he doesn't have a lot of body hair. The one who has body hair is Rufus. Rufus has a lot of body hair, so, and please don't wax my poor Rufus. Like, he is, like, nothing but body hair. That's not true. Lynn is more of nothing but body hair. But, point still stands. Don't leave Rufus alone. He would be more than willing to dress up and wear the stockings. Sai doesn't really have much hair. Angel says, I think they might blow up my phone if they find out you're streaming, but I love them so much anyways. I can't stay angry at them. I mean, you've got the link to my channel. They're more than welcome to watch it. But never feel like you have to watch it. But I do enjoy the company. I do enjoy hearing your guys' thoughts. It's the only one pun I get out of this series, so let me have it. It's a scene from 40-Year-Old Virgin. That's Rufus. Yeah, that would be Rufus. My poor guy. Please leave the hair on him alone. Magnus Cat says, random question. If you had to hire Arnold Schwarzenegger to voice one of your characters, which character would you choose? I would just make a character for him. I couldn't think of him to play anybody, really. I don't like some of his standing on politics. Maybe he's changed, but last time I checked, he doesn't really care for trans people, so not super fond of him for the time being, unless he has changed his mind. But I wonder if he only changed his mind because he's a politician. But I have joked with everybody that if I ever had the chance, I would hire Danny DeVito, and Danny DeVito would play Yoko's mother. I would love that. Okay. Let's delete that one. Those backgrounds, man. Yeah, and they're just gonna be covered up, but I'm doing what I can because maybe I can reuse them at another point. I learned this from the other comic when I had to do backgrounds for that one, is try to finish the background all the way. And then I'm going in and doing flat colors. Again, Grace did a great job. I've just been going in here and just trying to reconstruct them for the comic. Grace did a great job creating them. I swear I can read. There we go. I know we were talking about like inspiration like a while ago, and again, me saying Resident Evil and then us talking about like Futurama. A lot of the inspiration I have for this series would be like John Carpenter's The Thing, and then like Batman Beyond and a little bit of Scream. But I'm talking like classic Scream. So, sorry about that. Angel says, anyways, Cassie and Archer had their fun. It's my turn. So I got a headcanon for my thought OC, Robbie. If he ever met Cy, he'll just throw him a free pack of cigarettes and say, enjoy. Man, Cy would appreciate that so much. Because everybody pretty much gets angry at Cy for a lot of things. Robbie also needs to make sure to check his wallet every time that Cy goes by, because even if he gets a free pack of cigarettes, he may be taking a wallet with him. So, and then Angel says, "It's my turn with the keyboard, Cassie. Get away." But yeah, Sai is not used to kindness, but he also does not offer kindness to receive kindness. He's a bit entitled. Fluffy says, Sai stealing Victor's wallet and getting confused with the British pound note. Yeah, he definitely would. He would think it's like some rare thing and then be trying to sell it. Though he may get a pretty penny for it since it is technically a human currency. But also depends on, you know, how the economy is going and how many humans are left. Because if there's not many, then probably nothing. Angel, I think it's a do you mind? I don't mind either or. If you want to share your keyboard, you're more than welcome to. You can always tell them to go log on for themselves and you guys can all bicker on your own accounts. I'm okay with whatever. I'm just here trying to get pages done. Because you're the one that seems tired from it. Okay, let's catch up. Let's see. Magnus Cat says, you say angel so often, I can't stop thinking about angel dust. I don't even watch the show, so that's really funny. But Angel is over on YouTube because I'm dual streaming right now. Angel says, no, I really don't care. River's a sweetheart, I promise. Oh, cool. Go for it. I am just here chilling with you guys. I love hearing scenarios. I love hearing antics. I love hearing about your own stories and ideas. And I love just hearing kind of questions about, like, thought and all that. Plus, it gives me time to work on this stuff. Oh, man, that's crazy. I am smelling, like, chocolate chip cookies right now. And, like, I know we're not making any. But, like, I smell chocolate chip cookies. And they smell so good. However, like, I don't even like chocolate. I don't even like chocolate chip cookies. But I just got, like, a sudden whiff of it. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, we got about 25 minutes left before I gotta hop off of this stream. I am trying to make these streams a little bit longer. Coloring is not my favorite process. I know I bitched about it last time. Things have not changed. Still not my favorite. Nice thing is, I only have to do these backgrounds and getting them colored. I can duplicate here this background, luckily, because it's a continuation shot. So that's not a huge deal. This one I can leave warped because you'll barely see it. This one I got a color as well, and then this one doesn't have a background. But I still have to make everything kind of match in the color wise, and then I also got to like add in like details like graffiti and all of that. Hey, Sook, what's up? Now I'm gonna go make chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, you do that. You eat one for me. Because I don't like chocolate chip cookies, but man, like the smell smells awesome, even though we're not making any, so I think I'm going insane. Fluffy says, Victor snatching up Yuji and running. Sigh, oh no, Yuji's been kidnapped. Bye. Lights a cigarette. Yeah, very much. Oh no. Help. Magnus Cat, something I love about rendering is how it gives physical depth to objects and characters, especially on piece I've been working, because it makes things bigger, if you know what I mean. My goodness, my goodness. Also, hello, River. Welcome in. Glad to see ya. But yeah, no, rendering can do wonders for any piece. It's just, again, a lot of work that goes into it. I usually do simple rendering because I like to get my pieces out but again, this is a little bit more of a complicated piece. So I need to make sure I take like some time on it, right? Since this is for a promo. Hello, we gonna work? Hello? There we go. Neat. Let's get that going. So how you doing, Sook? Let's see. River saying, I'm a good friend of Angel. She's amazing. Aw, it's really nice of you. Angel is really great. Flaffy says, which thought guy has the biggest... Flaffy! Do you see where we are? Do you see where we are? Bro. Bro, I can't answer things like that. You crazy? You crazy? Oh my god. I knew it was coming. I knew one of these days. One of these days I'd get the question. The real question is, will I ever answer it? Till next time, and I run off a Skeletor. Goodness. Gonna get me banned. Let's see. Oh my god, lots of chat. This is what I get for looking down. Angel's the goat, but I'm better. Oh my god. River, don't start with me. Magnus Cat says all you gotta do is give Flaffy a name. Oh my god. You want to square up, Angel? Because I will. Flaffy, that is inappropriate. Bam! Jail forever. Sook, you're playing Repo while I'm doing this? You crazy. How's Repo going? That game's fun. I haven't played it in quite a while. Probably since, like, I haven't played it, the newest update. Just got too much to do. Curses. Foiled again. I'm going to slime you out. Petition to slime Angel out. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. God, slime out. Smells like it's gonna be something that dates myself. God, I've been like craving to play Outer Worlds, but I'm too busy. Or at least Outer Worlds 2. It's all good, though. I'm at least getting art done. And of course, we have another freeze day tomorrow. So I'll be working from home again because I cannot get out of my driveway. My state is not built for this. And that's okay. Uh-oh, I missed a lot. Also, in Valentine's Day art, who dressed Rufus and why is he wearing pasties? So the joke is that's not actually Valentine's Day art. That is a concept art piece for a chapter. And I will leave it at that. There's like a full piece and I cropped it. So, yeah. Angel's being mean to me. Angel, I'm telling on you. Oh my god. Sook says, I took a week off from work to be able to enjoy my hobbies properly. I can't find time otherwise. Ooh, what kind of hobbies do you have, Sook? I don't think I ever got to ask you on that. River currently rage baiting Angel again. Of course you are. Ooh, look guys, I made it. There's another bot. I made it. How do I get rid of it? How do I get rid of it? I don't remember. Kill him. Kill the bot. How do I get rid of it? Hold up. And banned. Goodbye. Pax ate the bot. Always a fun time. Always fun. Yeah. Go for the throat. It's just gonna taste like iron. Did that not line? Aw, boo. I thought I had lined that. No, that's good that you got to take some time off, Sook. Have you been taking a break from the game? You worked so hard on that game. It tastes like orange dial hand soap. Ugh. But in all its seriousness, Angel's very talented and she deals with all the BS in the production meetings. It's mostly Archer, though. I feel that. I feel that. We have a lot of antics in our own production group. Sounds like you guys are having fun, though, and that's what matters. Almost all the flat colors are placed. Yeah, no, but I was teasing that is not a Valentine's Day art. I was just joking that, you know, should I call it a Valentine's Day art? It is not. These ones can be blue. That would make sense why I wasn't supposed to see through that. Whoops. Okay, the color is eating. Thanks. It's one of those, it's just flats right now. Because again, I gotta add like some gradients and some shadows and highlights to it to actually help it pop. But you can't do that until you have all your flats down. And then I can start blending it together and making it pop. But I had to do a quick redraw of the backgrounds. Because if I turn back on, which I should just group these things so I can turn them on and off. There is a method to my madness. Yeah. So we're starting to get there. But as you can see, the background here, while it's supposed to be brighter, it doesn't, it's too flat compared to Chester here. So we gotta make sure we get that all adjusted. But the idea is this side will be a lot more blue, this side will be a lot more pink, and then that way this side will be pink while this section remains blue. But I had to have buildings for that, right? Let's see. Fluffy says, got scenes where Rufus is talking, Victor's off, and him leaning over Yuji, asking, why does this man talk so much? Are you like writing scenes about that? Because that's really funny. Yeah. Thank you, River. This is one of our promo pages to try and show off like some of the upcoming horror. We have this one. We have we have this one, which will be our next page that we work on when doing promo stuff. But generally the pages that I work on Sunday are from the prequel to where they're just a little bit more chill. But the pages do eventually go, like eventually the comic will go into some of the horror stuff. But for now, we're just kind of coasting along. Oh my god, every time. Why does that blow up so big? Go away. Fluffy says, I mean, I can write them. I should really draw them. Why not both? Write them so you don't forget them. And then draw them. You can like do like a little script, a little comic script. Doesn't have to be anything elaborate. Okay, everybody make sure you're doing your stretches and drinking some water. I gotta remind myself. Sadly, these scenes never have Yoko in them because I can never find a place for her. Yeah, she is a big ego. She is a big self. Big character. One day. The background is giving, yeah, the background is, like I said, flat colors right now. Like this section is too red. I need to make it more pink. But colors will change and adjust when I start applying like rendering, and then I can start figuring out like what colors I actually need in place. But right now it is a matter of setting down the right colors. My also problem is like I would have probably used Grace's piece. It would have been blurred, but that would have been okay. But like the colors were so dull, so like I have to make sure the colors are still bright. They still look really dark from what my monitor is showing on the stream, but yeah. Angel says, I am gonna go to, go Jax. I have to go get some sleep. You better take care of yourself, and I love you so much. Good night. Love you. You have a wonderful night, Angel. Thanks for coming by. River saying, Angel, you're always going to bed, but good night. I love you, Angel. Good night, Queen, my diva, that I love very much. Oh my god, you guys are so sweet to each other. This building actually needs to be like bluer or something. So let's grab this color and make it a little bit of a bluer purple. Yeah, that works. No, can't do that. Stop. Every time. Yeah, one of these days I'll make like Valentine art. One of these days. I don't think it's gonna be anytime soon. So busy with stuff all the time. But one of these days, like, we'll have Travis over and Dungeon Flippers, like, do, like, little Valentine cards. And I'm like, those are so cute. I want to do those. And then I remember I don't have time. Of course, he was telling me, he was like, oh, well, yeah, I took screenshots from my pilot and I used it. And I, like, looked at him and I was like, Travis, buddy, I don't have, posture check redeemed from Flaff. That was 16 minutes ago. I just got that notification. Nice. Thank you, Flaff. But like he was telling me, he's like, yeah, I just used shots from my pilot. And I went, Travis, I don't have a pilot. My pilot's not done. I can't use it. And he's like, oh yeah. It was really funny. We laughed. Flav says, I could always have the excuse that Yoko is working during those times with the other three. She could be. Yeah, she probably is the actual, like, only worker when she can get a job and keep a job. She definitely blames Sai and Rufus for ruining her gig. So we got a minute until I gotta turn off today's stream. Yoko, have to go to work. You have work ethics, babes. Oh, you have to have work ethic, babes. See, I'm getting tired. I can't read. But yeah, no, this has been a really fun stream. Usually all the streams are. I'm glad you guys got to come and hang out with me. Coloring is a slow, tedious process. Backgrounds are a slow, tedious process. So, like, very, very, appreciative that you guys come out and hang out with me, and, that you guys look forward to the story of Thought, and, love the characters and ask me questions and whatnot. I really, really appreciate you guys. You have, like, no idea how much I genuinely appreciate all of you. We do have a Discord. You guys are more than welcome to come to our Discord. We have the Discord posted on the social media links. If you need the Discord, you can just on Twitch type the exclamation Discord and it'll pop up. You do need to be 18 and above to join, just because this is an adult series. I can't really stop you on Twitch from watching, but I can definitely, discourage you guys from doing it, because it is an adult series. Not that we do anything bad on the server or raunchy or not safe for work. It's just it helps for a safe environment, right? But yeah, I will catch you guys on Sunday. Please stay safe, stay warm, and thank you guys for everything. It really does mean a lot to me. All right, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye, guys.